We're starting with the Nigerian Tribune this morning simply because
you want to go
first,
to
yes, I mean
Ukraine.
the first headline that we'll start with this morning is on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune, and that's Ukraine. Nigerian Tribune puts it this way: Ukraine declares state of emergency, orders citizens to leave Russia. Page 19. That's where you get to the story this morning, and so we'll start with that. It's finally. I mean, it's finally here.
The Tribune tried to put that front page, but everything they put there was overtaken by events. 4 hours ago, as people were waking up here, I woke up early 3 a.m. to see the news, and I saw breaking news on international channels that Vladimir Putin has effectively initiated what he called a special military operation in the Ukraine, in the east of Ukraine, he says, Donbass region. But in that hour and a couple of hours thereafter, it's clear that Mr. Putin, Russia, has launched a full-scale war, full-scale offensive in the Ukraine. And what we're seeing now is international condemnations, international outrage, and anger, really, about how the world has allowed this happen, because we're on the verge of maybe what people are saying, experts are saying, maybe a third world war. We're talking simple alliance and alignment. Today, NATO supports Ukraine in this crisis. If NATO attempts to move a little further from where they are in that region, move east, it threatens China. China is likely to be an ally to Russia. We know where China stands anyway. If China and Russia join their force and say against Ukraine and whoever supports Ukraine, NATO, tell what's left. Is the World War, effective Fourth World War, Third World War, right before our eyes, there for our generation. That's what we're saying. Experts are saying that the world needs to come together now and stop this. Sanctions are not enough. Ukraine needs help. Ukraine needs military help, and the world must move to help Ukraine. Because what is happening is probably a bully, Mr. Putin, in that region, see an opportunity to take, a chance to begin to restore what he thinks in his own mind is the old Soviet Union.
I know that no one could call him to order.
He did with Crimea. The world watched. Now he has come for Ukraine. His next door neighbor, small Ukraine without. Ukraine gave up its nuclear weapons. They were a nuclear developing country, the probably third largest in the world.
Yes.
They gave it up for peace. Now see where they found themselves. I heard Joe Biden speak this morning and says that the G7 will meet this morning, and later NATO will also meet. The United Nations Security Council has met, or is going to meet again, but Antonio Guterres, the boss at the UN, has told Russia not to do this. In an emotional laden address, Mr. Guterres was saying, don't do this. This will put the world in the worst crisis since the Second World War. But if you look at Putin's body language, he probably doesn't care. His military advisors are saying now that they have brought down the entire Ukrainian air assets and air bases, and the soldiers in Ukraine should just keep dropping their arms and go home. What is telling you that have attacked them in the north of Ukraine, the border with Belarus. Russian troops are just walking in with the help of Belarusian soldiers. I don't think Ukraine by itself alone can sustain this already.
Yes.
I doubt that. So they need help. Will the US directly involve? I fear, especially because if you watch US diplomacy, they are fighting war on most of fronts. Can they afford another one? And I think that is why Mr. Putin provoked Joe Biden's hand, with this aggression, knowing that the US stands in a difficult place to directly involve itself in this crisis. Maybe they will support NATO, but how far can the US go? I think at this point, the world needs to rally because it's clear this an aggression.
Like you've made it clear now that, with the way Russia is going, if every other person have to, China, NATO and some other countries have to put, their own forces into what's going on. Who's the winner?
It's how the Second World started. That's how the Second World started. Hitler went to Italy, met his fascist friend Benito Mussolini. With that alliance, they started what became, they conquered the Southern land, the entire Czechoslovakia and those countries around them. And that was how it started. By the time Britain got ready and declared war, it was already full blown. Join your side, I join my side. At the end of the day, the United States had to come in very late in the war. At that time, it was already a full-blown world war. This is how it started, and we know the outcome of that war. Adolf Hitler was on control, it was out of control, and that's what he did. The same thing appears to be happening with Mr. Putin. He looks he's telling himself nobody can stop me. That I saw a video where he was openly national security advisor. He was embarrassing him on TV. He was saying, "Come here, Sergey." No, Sergey. He was interpreting it. He said, "Is that what I told you? Say the right." I mean, that's the national scene on TV. So you can see that even his own people can't control him. He's not taking advice. He's a military leader. He's leading by himself. He's taking all decisions by himself, and he plans a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. He has launched this morning, and I think the world will have to react quickly and fast, to try to see how they can nip this in the bud. Otherwise, I mean, the implications will be grave, not just for Ukraine and the countries around it, but also for the international community. Nigerian students, about 4,000 of them are in Ukraine today, are there in places like Lviv and Kiev. I don't know the plan to bring them home. They've been calling for weeks now. Countries have evacuating their citizens. But it's war now in Ukraine. We must find a way. We can't leave the people behind,
No.
Did you enjoy this video? Hit the subscribe button for more. Leave a comment and like. Thank you.